Thanks for the nice introduction. Again, my name is Brittany Starr, and I am a lead project manager for training development and for talent programs at Fastlane, Central Eastern Europe. Fastlane is a regional, it's a global company, but regionally we are an authorized AWS official training partner and also a certification center. So this means that you can complete your AWS learning and your certification prep and your exam all in one place. So let's take a look. And I just want to start before I really get going. I want to thank you, extend a great thank you to IOLAP for organizing this event and for inviting us to be the official conference training partner. We're really proud to be here with all of you today. So let's start. I want to describe a situation. So in the past, thinking about IT, in the past, IT was usually a small part of companies. It was quite niche, and it was, I don't know if I love this stereotype or not, but it was kind of guys sitting in basements helping you fix your systems. But at that time, the supply, as you see there, the supply, it was limited, it was stable, but it was enough at that time. But then we started to see a change. More companies started to embrace the digital transformation movement, and at that point, IT expertise became more interwoven into companies at all levels. It was not just in the basement anymore. And at that point, it started to be a case where IT skills and knowledge were needed throughout the companies and on a wider scope as businesses and actually as our entire lives became more digitized. And so this has led to an increased demand, as you see there. Actually, we've already passed that X point where the two have crossed. How do we know this? All we have to do is just look at LinkedIn, look at job boards. You see that companies are seeking qualified IT professionals and they're not able to find them. What we're seeing is a serious talent gap in the market. And that's what the triangle represents right there. This is where Fastlane operates. Fastlane operates in this gap. We're seeing a situation where we need to change the way that we approach IT knowledge and expertise. The movement towards an increasingly digitized world is honestly not going to change, and really that's a good thing. But with that, we need to be able to change ourselves because we're in this talent gap. When we're no longer able to change a situation, we're challenged to change ourselves. We need to evolve, we need to change, we need to step up. We need to fill this talent gap. So here's where Fastlane comes in. At Fastlane, our goal is to successfully use learning and knowledge management to accelerate business outcomes across your organization. Around the world, we work with the most innovative, respected, and established technology organizations globally. So along with AWS, we work with Cisco, with VMware, with Red Hat, SUSE, and many more. And what we bring to the table is our position as the only global training company which delivers a turnkey, so that means you can use it right away, multi-vendor portfolio of education, services, and content development solutions to help customers enable their digital business strategies. So where and how do we do this? We work around the world. Globally, the Fastlane Group delivers in more than 65 countries. And our office, so where I come from in Slovenia, we work in 18 countries across Central and Eastern Europe, including Israel and Turkey. Fastlane has been in operation for more than 20 years, and we work with a network of more than 800 subject matter experts, instructors, and consultants And these men and women all have extensive real-world experience. They're multi-vendor certified, and both of these things allow them to be uniquely able to understand the challenges that our students and our clients are facing and to be able to meet them and help them overcome them. But the question really is, why should you do training and certification? Isn't on-the-job, real-world experience enough? Honestly, professionals and companies alike struggle with this question, and it's a valid one. It makes sense. Why? Because honestly, education takes time and it costs money. But I will talk about this a little bit at the end. It's probably actually not as much as you think on either of those. So whether you're joining us as a tech guy or as company leadership, some of the tech guys might have snuck in from upstairs, I'm not sure. I will explain just a couple of the myriad of ways that training and certification can help you get the edge that you need to stand out among the competition. Because we're existing in this talent gap, there is right now a really big push, and it's almost like a rush to fill that talent gap. And so really taking a little bit of time to do training and certification is an investment in your future that is worth making. So let's just talk about a couple reasons why. First, you can stand out with some better proven skills. AWS training and certification tracks help you build the technical skills and the confidence that you need to better succeed and to be more productive at work. Statistically, trained staff are better able to use the cloud to understand best practices that are based on real-world scenarios. And moreover, when you go through training, you gain skills that you can use. At Fastlane, when our students finish a course, they're given a survey. And one of the things that the survey covers is to try to understand how well do these students feel that they can apply the skills that they learned in their class to their job. And out of 5, the average for all the years that we've been training, the average answer, can you apply what you've learned to your job, is 4.9 out of 5. So we're pretty proud of that. And also a larger global survey showed that trained individuals who have received training in the past year are actually 70% more successful at work. This applies on the team level as well, not just the individual level. When teams go through training to gain skills, what that actually means is that organizations get teams that have no gaps. You're all in sync. And so you get highly reliable teams that are really ready to succeed right away in high impact projects. The second point there that will help you stand out is that you have greater industry recognition and trust. As far as anybody can tell, AWS is going to continue to grow on the market, and what this means is that more and more work is going to be generated. And when you can show up with an AWS certification, you are showing your customers that you are able to do this work, and so you'll have more access to the work that's generated by this trend. Certifications in the bigger picture, certifications work like your badge that show that they speak for themselves. These translate really well across countries, cities, languages, verticals. It doesn't really matter. They're industry recognized credentials, and these put your customers' minds at ease as well. Increasingly, and rightfully so, customers are really, really careful about who they entrust their data and their systems to. And when you can bring a certification, a badge to them, you are proving to them that you can do what you say you're going to do. You can deliver on your promises. And this puts their minds at ease. And then when customers' minds are at ease, this can actually open the doors to some much deeper cloud conversations with current customers as well as with potential customers. And this can then lead to a bigger payday for you when you bring this to the table as an added part of your negotiations. It's an added value. And the last one here, I found this one really, really interesting, actually, and I hope you do too. So it's about the job satisfaction. So take a moment and put yourself in your customer's shoes. So no customer wants to work with somebody who doesn't want to be there, or maybe even worse, somebody who doesn't care, right? Interestingly, the solution to this is really simple. If you take a look at job satisfaction levels in the US, where I'm from, it's really quite dismal. It's like 49% of people are satisfied in their jobs. And I can tell you from people I know, that's probably true in a way. And then even, here in Europe, even though we do get more vacation days per year, I wouldn't say that it's that much higher in terms of overall job satisfaction. So as I said, there is a simple solution to this, which has statistically been proven, and that is training and certification. When you train and get certified, just simply going through the training, taking one person who is not certified, not trained, having them go through that process, feeling that they've been invested in, they step to the other side and they actually are 30% more satisfied in their job simply from going through that training. It's pretty amazing. There was a larger global survey that asked people, how satisfied are you in your jobs? And again, that was where we got the 49% overall saying yes. But then they asked specifically people who were certified. And of that group, actually 86% of people said that they were happy. So again, let's put yourself back in your customer's shoes. Of the two groups, you're choosing who you're going to go with. Are you going to go with someone from the group where 49% are satisfied, or the group where 86% of people are satisfied? I know which one I would choose. So let's now move to another more concrete, well, they're all, but very concrete way that AWS training and certification can help you, and this is part of your partner journey. So the goal, and this is with the APN network, so the Amazon Web Services Partner Network, or APN. Certification is actually an important part of this partner journey. I don't have a lot of time to go into detail about why you should become part of the partner network, but suffice to say that the goal of the APN is to support and enable partner companies to deliver AWS solutions and products in the best possible way. And when companies are part of the APN, they have special access to tools, to resources that help drive their business forward. And part of this is training and certification. So there are two types of partners. There's consulting and there's technology. And within each of these partnership types, there are different tiers or levels. And each tier has requirements, a variety of requirements, and as I said, part of this is certification. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So this is consulting partners, and as you see here, so if you look at moving from the registered into the select, so that first blue column, if you look there, you see that to be part of this tier, you actually need 4 certified individuals in your company. You need 2 foundational and you need 2 technical. Now the foundational, this is what you can do online with the free training. So we're concerned here with the technical requirements. So there you need 2 technical certified individuals to be part of that select level. If you wanted to move to the advanced level, you would need to have 4 foundational and then 6 technical. So of those 6, 3 at minimum, 3 have got to be the professional or the specialty levels, and these are the higher levels. Then if you want to move to the premier level, it gets even higher. You need 25 certified individuals at your company, and 10 have to be high level. For the technology partners, there are just 3 levels: registered, select, and advanced. And here, you don't need any of those foundational levels. You need only technical. For select, you need 1 technical certified individual, and for advanced, you need 4, of which 3 must be professional or specialty. So let's look at some options to meet these requirements. AWS certification and training tracks are all role-based. So here are the 3 main ones. You have the architect track, which is aimed at designing applications and systems. You have the developer track, which is aimed at developing cloud applications. And you have the operations track, which is aimed at creating automatable and repeatable deployments of applications, networks, and systems. And then you also have, as an add-on there, as I've said at the bottom, you've got specializations. So these are anywhere from 1 to 3 day supplemental trainings that cover such specializations as security, big data, Alexa, skill builder, etc. And within all of these 3 main ones, so architect, developer, and operations, you've got associate and professional level. So let's go back one. So to look here at the requirements for the technology partners, you see there are not specifications about which track you actually need to follow. So for select partners, you need to have 1 technical certified professional. For advanced, you need 4. It doesn't matter which of these 3 you choose. It can go either way, just entirely depends on the focus of your business and your goals. So let's look at the next thing. By now, I hope that you agree with me that AWS training and certification is a great way to drive your organization's cloud business forward, because you'll be working to fill that talent gap. But honestly, like anything, there are many ways to do this. There are many paths to the top of the mountain. So let's just look at one. All right, so if you wanted to imagine your goal is to become an AWS certified solutions architect at the associate level. So this is where most organizations usually start. I will say here, just as a side note, in the last year, AWS changed their requirements for certifications. You do not have to do training. It is not a prerequisite to get a certification. It is not required to take training first to sit the exam. But I will remind us that honestly, the goal in getting a certification is not just to be able to answer questions. You need to be able to actually do stuff. And so that's why, even though it's not required, we still do really encourage training as an important part of your journey. So if you want to go that way, first you would start with the architecting on AWS training. This is 3 days, and then you would sit, if you feel that it's necessary, you would sit the exam readiness course. So this is a 1-day supplemental thing that is designed to kind of give you that extra boost that you need. And then after that, you would sit the exam. So this is one example of a way that you can go from zero to certified hero, but there are a few others. So let's look at the different ways to learn that we have at Fastlane. So the first one, the classic training, this is what I just mentioned with the architecting on AWS. That's an example. These are, so at Fastlane we offer the official AWS curriculum from start to finish. These are anywhere from 1 to 3 day training courses that are a combination of some theory, discussion, and hands-on labs, so you really get lots of good experience. These are, you can choose to attend in the classroom physically. We offer a public schedule all across the region, as well as customized private on-site trainings, whatever works best for you. Or you can also attend in what's called our Flex Classroom. This is an online, so what happens there is you're attending a regular course, but remotely. So you're just as big a part of the class discussions, you see all the visuals, the instructor involves everyone equally, whether you're sitting in the classroom all together or you're behind the computer in your own workspace. And this is great because you can save time on travel, you can save lots of resources, everybody's back to work more quickly. It's pretty cool. The second one is what I just mentioned, the exam readiness courses. These are the one-day targeted sessions. They include practice questions, exam strategies, ways to understand right and wrong answers, everything like that, just to get you 100% ready because nobody wants to retake an exam. Then the third way to learn of our most popular ways, this is the talent program, and these are really interesting programs that Fastlane has developed that are essentially designed to make experts. They are anywhere from 3 to 12 months, and they're designed to identify, select, educate, mentor, and qualify experts at various levels and technologies. So what happens there is that Fastlane vets all the candidates. They go through a period of intensive technical and soft skill training. They do certifications. They take all their exams. And they also do internships before finally being placed with a company at the end. So let's move forward. So to keep the momentum from this week going, here's a couple of upcoming opportunities that I would like to invite you all to follow up with. So first would be our free webinar series, and we're actually running one, so the one I listed here next Friday, that's actually the final one in the series. We are running one tomorrow, and because the event will finish, I'm told, around 3 o'clock tomorrow, you can join the session. It starts at 4:30 tomorrow, so you can sign up on our website. I will give the URL at the end. And it's on serverless, so I saw that a lot of people are interested in that, so I would really encourage you to join tomorrow's webinar. Also, we have the rest of 2019 and the first half of 2020 schedule is already up, so you can see what dates are available. Remember, they do fill up, so as soon as you know what your schedule is like, please register for a class, claim your seat. Then there is what's called the APN Acceleration Program. So very often we offer special programs in cooperation with AWS for partner companies. And for the last year and a half, we've been running a really, really successful program, APN Acceleration Program. And the aim of this program has been to increase partner skills and knowledge really quickly with super discounted training. So I'm talking like 80% discounted training. And it's been really, really successful, but unfortunately it's ending soon. So there is one session left. It's in Belgrade in November. And I would invite you to sign up ASAP because, again, limited spaces. And this is a session of architecting on AWS. That's the foundational level. If you're working towards the associate level architecture certification, it's really, really good for partners that are just starting out, or also if you want to fill gaps in your teams. And finally, just come and meet us. We're outside at our booth all day today and tomorrow, so would really love to talk to you and figure out what we can do, where we can go from here. So thinking about, in closing, thinking about where we were a few years ago. When AWS launched their training and certification programs back in 2013, I'm not really sure that anyone could foresee how popular it would become. And then fast forward 6.5 years, and here we are talking about this. And it's pretty exciting, really. As more and more organizations adopt AWS solutions and services around the world, the need for companies who can clearly demonstrate their expertise grows too. And this gives us the current talent gap. But I'm really proud to be part of an organization who is working to shrink that gap. So one thing is for sure, AWS is pulling ahead of the pack, and with the right training and certification on your side, so will you. Thank you.